What's up, you guys? It's Brandon Kibler, up with vlog number 4. Great feedback again. Thank you for whoever's watching these. I post them on Facebook and the Athletic Extreme page, and they're on YouTube. So whoever's watching, I've gotten some great feedback. I've gotten messages from friends and the people that I don't know, again, who are saying they're enjoying it, which is awesome to know. It's kind of cool. So today, I just finished cardio again. I weighed 236.6, which is awesome, because yesterday I weighed 238. And I think that may have just been a shock to my body. Once I dropped the calories, the body was just like shocked. So I freaked for a second, but I had one friend who reminded me about that. It's funny how when something happens to you, you don't really think about what it is or what's actually going on until someone tells you. But if it happens to someone else, you have all the answers in the world. And it's just funny how that happens. I'm specifically one of those people. I can help out friends, family in many, many situations, but when it happens to me, I'm just empty and have no clue. But so 236.6 calories is still the same, 380/60. One of them, I'll talk about some other stuff, but one of them, I've been making this cookie, right? It's oatmeal, protein powder, and Greek yogurt, non-flavored Greek yogurt. And one time I made it tastes like crap. The other time I made it tastes so good. Like, I had to back off. I had to get my girlfriend to back off because she wanted it. It tastes so good. So I'm trying to figure out how I did that, because it was amazing. Like, it was oatmeal raisin cookie. It was delicious. So I'm going to try to figure out how I did that. I'll be trying it again today. Last night I had work. Actually, work for the first time since last weekend. While being on the diet, realistically, last weekend, I don't feel like 4,000 calories, I was functioning pretty well. But working this time, I started at 10 and got home around 4. So it was hard. What I'm doing, I'm sticking with getting all my food in before, because it's too much to think about. Like, if I save a meal for after work and I eat it, does it count towards the day I started work, or does it count towards the next day? Because it's 4 in the morning and I have class at 11. I got cardio at 8. So technically I'm only getting 4 hours of sleep. So I don't know how that would work. And I really don't feel like thinking about that right now. If that happens down the road where Jerry's like, I need you to divide it up a little bit more, then I will think about it. But right now I don't feel like thinking about it. So I just get all the food in, and then I take the Slim FX to wake me up and keep me going. And luckily the whole 12-hour energy in it didn't stay with me the whole time. It lasted a while, but kept my appetite suppressed, which was great. I got to work and chowed down on 36.6 grams of almonds. So got my last fill in. If you're ever in Pullman, come to Stubblefields. It's an awesome bar. So, but yesterday was an amazing a bench day from the gods. My bench set ended up being, my working sets were 225 by 12, 275 by 12, 295 by 9, and 315 for 7. And this is where a plus when you work out with your girlfriend. My girlfriend's probably like $130. She can't deadlift 315. So that's the benefit. She can help just a little bit, but I know when it was me, and yesterday it was awesome. The day difference from my rest day, I sent Jerry pictures, and I looked flat. And then yesterday when I was posing, it was like night and day. I looked full. If people were walking in where I do the posing, and they're like, one of my friends was like, "Holy crap, you still weigh like 245." I was like, "Oh, I weigh 238." So that was awesome. I felt great. New Year's resolution seems to be gone in the morning. I had all 4 Stairmasters again from yesterday and today. So I think that situation's done. The nighttime's a little different. Nighttime, afternoon area, that's still kicking. It'll always be busy though on a college campus. Everybody's trying to impress somebody. Um, but so one question I got on Facebook was I'm gonna see if I remember this correctly, but it was explain how you think powerlifting has benefited bodybuilding and how I guess bodybuilding benefits powerlifting. I'll start with powerlifting to bodybuilding because most people understand that a little bit more. I believe my powerlifting background, which has been since I could touch a weight, since I was 14. I remember walking into the weight room and my first routine was the bigger, faster, stronger routine. I was handed it by my football coach in Florida, and my mom just said she loves me. Love you, Mom. And so I've been powerlifting since I could walk in her gym, so I was like 14, 15. Seriously, like I was bit by the bug before I can even walk into a gym. But how it affect? I think powerlifting creates a dense muscle that only struggle on a heavy weight, I feel it can do. A lot of people may disagree, but if you look at like the Ronnie Colemans, the Johnny Jackson, Branch Warren, like I really think it helps you though as you get older. Like you can tell if someone has dense muscle from powerlifting, but I think it affects you when you get older and you have like that true muscle that's just there. Like everybody, CT Fletcher, he has it on his biceps. It's just heavy movements that have created that denseness that helps with powerlift or bodybuilding, because it's a perk. If you're working out, or if you're being compared to someone who's just been doing isolated movements and you've been doing heavy deadlifts, heavy squats, heavy benches, heavy rows your whole life, you'll have that dense, thick muscle that will show up over someone who may have just a stringy appearance to them, in my opinion. And how bodybuilding affects powerlifting, and I 100% think this, and I spoke the first time I ever met Stan Efferding, we spoke on it. Where powerlifters focus on certain movements, they won't go play with dumbbells very much unless it's like heavy rows or heavy presses. But I feel all the isolation exercises help very much on the core movements, because you have all these extra muscles that are being initiated and what have been woken up. But a lot of people don't work those muscles. Like how many powerlifters are doing side lat raises or side delt raises? Lateral side raises, whatever they're called. There's just a lot of movements that help. And when there's several interviews on YouTube where Stan Efferding's saying those extra movements from bodybuilding help trigger and help support the powerlifting movements. So I 100% think both go hand in hand, which is why I plan on doing both as long as I possibly can, just because they both benefit each other so much, and because I'm addicted to lifting heavy weight, and I'm addicted to change, which is why I like bodybuilding. I like being able to see the body change, which is also one reason why it took so long to do a show, besides the fact that I couldn't do it at the same time. But so yeah, that's definitely a perk that I believe both of them have hand in hand together. Powerlifting creates that dense muscle, and it also, when you're lifting heavy, like when you're doing powerlifting movements and you're lifting heavy, like there's interviews with Mark Bell. If you don't know who Mark Bell is, he's owner of Super Training Gym, also one of the main people in the documentary Bigger, Faster, Stronger. A lot of people, if you're repping stuff out, like when you went to high school and you just went down and repped it, like you lied down for 225 and tried to rep it as much as possible, that will go towards your powerlifting movements. There's a lot of guys who can rep out 225. Like, go watch an NFL combine. Those dudes are repping out the 225 30, probably 40 times. Now go watch them do single presses for single reps. They're probably going to get some serious weight. Like, it may take a couple weeks to train and get the body used to it, but those PRs will come flying. So I definitely feel all the movements go hand in hand, which is why when I'm writing programs for people, I firmly believe in power building, not just powerlifting and bodybuilding. I feel being a whole person. Hell, you go stretch too, go create some yoga movements, being well-rounded. It also helps when you're training with your girlfriend and she wants to do other things. You're not obsessed with just doing certain things. But yeah, so if you're trying to pick between powerlifting and bodybuilding, do both. You know, that way you don't have, like, a lot of friends of mine that do bodybuilding, they only do bodybuilding. They get the bug, and we're young. Like, I'm 21 years old. I've got friends that have been competing since they were 18, younger, and they've been doing it over and over and over again. And I don't think that is healthy on the body. Like, like, I'm bulking. Well, you bulked for a year, and now you're going to drop it. I mean, you may have gained like 2 pounds, unless you're on the extra pharmaceuticals goods. You gain, what, 2 pounds? So I really believe, and then, so if you can have an extended bulk or off season, and you're powerlifting. Like, I've competed 3 times since my last show. I competed like once every year since my last bodybuilding show. So it gives you something to do. It gives you something. You're not just like, oh, I crave the stage. You're like, I crave the platform too, you know. And I already know which meets I'm gonna be doing after this show. Because after I'm done with the bodybuilding, it's back to powerlifting. After I'm done with powerlifting, it's back to bodybuilding. So they both go hand in hand. You can argue with me till you're blue in the face, but I got proofs in the pudding. You know, there's all top bodybuilders besides, well, does Phil Heath? Okay, most top bodybuilders all have a powerlifting background. That was the core movements that they did. And you can tell just by that grainy, dense look that they have. And the strongest bodybuilders and the strongest powerlifters in the world all have amazing physiques now. You know, Stan Efferding was an IFBB pro. Dan Green should be a bodybuilder. The Lily Bridges all have solid foundations. They're freaks in their own way. You know, so it kind of goes hand in hand. So don't pick just one. Do both. And be a freak. All right, you guys. Brandon Kibler, blog number 4. I'm 236.6. And now I'm hungry and I got class and bags under my eyes because I had work last night. Got up and do cardio. And now got to go to class. Then I'm going to take a nap. Then I got to go to the grocery store. Then I got to squat. And then I got to go back to work. And then I got to wake up for cardio. But I don't have to train tomorrow, so I'll be taking lots of naps on Saturday. Lots and lots of naps. And waking up to eat and then going back to nap. All right, you guys. Brandon Kibler, athletic extreme athlete. Peace.